Jojo's Bizarre Adventure Diamonds Unbreakable, episode 15, part 2 of Let's Go to the Manga Artist's House. This week's episode was just... it was just great, because I was not expecting this week's episode to go down like it did, but it did, and I loved it. It's moments like these that make me love Jojo, you know? So this week's episode picked up right where he left off with Koichi inside Rohan's house, and he proceeds to rip out more pages. He was aware that Koichi was losing weight the more times he would rip out a page, but he doesn't care because, according to Rohan, Koichi will forever live on as a masterpiece with his manga. Yeah, really messed up. Luckily, he was interrupted and distracted by a doorbell ringing thanks to Josuke and Okuyasu. Koichi used this as an opportunity to crawl away and get to the door so that he can ask for Josuke and Okuyasu's help. Unfortunately, he was still under the effect of Heaven's Door because when he opened the door, his body was back to normal and he forgot what he was going to say to them. It seemed that they were relieved that Koichi was okay, that they decided to leave and head back to school, but not really, because it turns out that while Koichi was crawling, he hurt his hand and the boys noticed the wound, knowing that something was wrong. They left, but only to sneak inside the house, Okuyasu through the window and Josuke through the door. So Okuyasu was the first to get inside the house and he attacks Rohan, but he wasn't aware of Rohan's stand and its ability, and Koichi couldn't even say anything about it because, well, he was under Heaven's Door's ability. So he used his stand, the hand, to attack Rohan, but unfortunately Rohan was too quick for him, pulls out a page of his manuscript. Okuyasu saw the manuscript and I guess he was compatible because he also turned into a book. Although, how he turned into a book looked much different compared to Toshikazu and Koichi, because their pages opened like a book, while with Okuyasu, his body just unraveled and unwinded like it was a roll of paper. So I guess it's different from each person or something, I'm not sure. Meanwhile, Josuke was behind the door to Rohan's studio now that he's aware about Rohan's manuscript so that he would look at it. However, Rohan assumed that Josuke was contemplating on whether to leave the house alone, leaving behind Okuyasu and Koichi. However, that's not really Josuke's style, because if he were to leave, he would actually go get help. But the thing is with Rohan, he's smart and he doesn't want Josuke to get help or to tell anyone about him being a stand user. So what he does is that he uses Okuyasu as leverage, writing a command on his page, altering his memory, to make him commit suicide by lighting himself on fire. Yeah, he did that, and he lit himself on fire by using a lighter that he got somewhere. I don't know how he got the lighter or where it came from, but he got it, and he lit parts of his body on fire. Knowing that his friends are in trouble and that one of them was going to die, Josuke had no choice but to come out and step inside. But he had his eyes closed so he wouldn't see the manuscript, which is good. So he rushes straight ahead at Rohan. However, Rohan tried to make him open his eyes. His first attempt was to throw what looked like those tips of the pens that he was using at Josuke's face, but he still proceeded to head towards Rohan with his eyes closed. So he tried to figure out a way to get Josuke to open his eyes, which he managed to figure it out within 0.2 seconds. I'm not kidding, there was even a timer in the episode, 0.2 seconds, and going through Koichi's page that he learned about his hair. He learned about Josuke being angry whenever someone insults his hairstyle, which he proceeds to do so, and it worked. He opened his eyes because he was so angry. Rohan proceeds to insult his hairstyle even more, which turned out to be a very big mistake. Yeah, Rohan got cocky. I mean, it seemed like his plan was going to work when he pulled out the manuscript right in front of Josuke, and Josuke did see it, but it didn't work. And you know why? Josuke got so angry from Rohan's insults that he was literally blinded by rage. He was so angry that he didn't really see the manuscript even though it was right in front of his eyes, because he was so focused on his target, Rohan, that he summoned Crazy Diamond to punch through the manuscript onto his face and then beats him down so badly that he sends him flying to his bookshelf, and then the bookshelf slams him onto the ground. seriously. I mean, holy crap. It was so awesome and totally unexpected. And Josuke, who is still in rage mode, proceeds to go on a rampage on Rohan's studio, breaking and destroying everything he can find. He even lifted up Rohan's desk and threw it. I mean, holy crap. I mean, this guy needed a chill pill quick. But then again, can you really blame him? Because we actually learned why he gets angry whenever someone insults his hairstyle. According to Koichi, who suddenly realized about this, but he didn't pay any mind to it at first because he thought that Josuke was making it up and wasn't paying much attention to it. But anyway, there was a flashback that showed during the events of Stardust Crusaders, Josuke was 4 years old and he was sick, having the same illness like Holly. Tomoko was trying to get Josuke to the hospital, but unfortunately there was a blizzard and her car was stuck in the snow. Suddenly there was this stranger who looked kind of like Josuke. I mean, he had a pompadour and he looked like a high school student, but he was hurt. He was injured for some reason, which we don't know why, and he was out there in the middle of the snow for some reason. But anyway, he was actually there to help Tomoko get her car out of the snow by using his jacket for the back tires of the car to go over while he pushes the back. Young Josuke, even though he was sick, did see a glimpse of this guy. Unfortunately, Josuke and Tomoko never saw the stranger again, but because of the stranger helping him, Josuke, in honor of him, considered him as a hero. So he had the same hairstyle as him, the pompadour. If anyone insults his hairstyle, it's like insulting his hero, which is why he is always angry whenever someone insults his hairstyle. It's because they're insulting his hero, and he could never forgive that. Meanwhile, Rohan, who was listening to the story, was so moved that he decided to make a sketch out of it and use it for inspiration for his manga, even though he was hurt. Yeah, even though he was injured, no matter what the experience he goes through, if it's a really good one, he would use it for his inspiration for his manga. Even though he's hurt, he would still work on his manga. So, well, you gotta commend him for that, really. Unfortunately, Josuke finds him and then proceeds to beat the crap out of him much more. And the episode ends with a notice on Weekly Shonen Jump saying that Pink Dark Boy will be going on hiatus for a month due to personal issues. Oh my god, I freaking love Jojo. So yeah, overall, I really liked this episode. In fact, I thought this episode was much better than last week's. I was not expecting Rohan to be defeated like that. I mean, because Josuke was blinded by his own rage. I mean, there are some manga series that pull off emotions like that, but it's executed badly. Yet, when it comes to Jojo, the execution of that was actually unexpected, surprising, and very well done. I mean, it wasn't something I was expecting, but it worked in JoJo. And I gotta admit, Rohan, he would make a good villain, you know, but he got defeated, and he's actually gonna become an ally later on. So I'm curious as to what kind of role he will play in. And hopefully when he actually does become a good guy, I will actually like him for real. But right now, Rohan, he's interesting, but he's still creepy. Not as creepy as last week's episode, but still creepy nonetheless. And he is very determined, he is smart, he is cunning, but he got cocky. He got defeated by being cocky and not knowing something that not even Koichi knew. So yeah, that's what led to Rohan's downfall. And as I mentioned before, Heaven's Door, its ability, it's very powerful and very interesting. And I do look forward to seeing more of Heaven's Door. As for Josuke, he was awesome this week. I mean, this episode made me like Josuke a whole lot more. Not because of the rampage, but because of the flashback. I actually gained some more respect on the guy, and I actually understand why he gets angry whenever someone insults his hairstyle, which I understand now, and I do respect that in a way. As for the flashback, I thought it was done very well. It was actually one of the best parts of the episode. But did they have to show the main cast from Stardust Crusaders? It's been over a year! This just reopened the field for me. I mean, god damn it, I miss them so much. Half of them didn't make the last train home. It's still sad. Although, I gotta point out, they actually used the character designs from part 3, which I actually did appreciate. Although this kind of surprised me still in the transition from part 3 to part 4 with the character designs, but again, it's because of Araki's newer art style, so that I get. As for the stranger, we don't know anything else about him. I mean, he was hurt, but we don't know why, and we don't even know why he's out there in the middle of the night in the snow. And I don't know if we'll ever see him again or if he's ever going to be mentioned, but I doubt that because I did hear that Araki kept this guy a mystery, and I actually do appreciate the mystery behind it, you know? I don't know if I want him to be revealed, but I'm still curious as to who this guy is, but I guess we'll never know. I did hear some theories that it might be Josuke who traveled back in time to that moment, so that was Josuke, which that would be very surprising, but not sure how I'd feel about it because how would Josuke go back in time unless his stand activated an ability where he can go back in time? I mean, Star Platinum could stop time, so what if Crazy Diamond got the ability to go back in time? But I don't think that's the case. But if Josuke did go back in time, that would mean that there was a stand that has the ability to go back in time. And frankly, I wouldn't be surprised by that because I did hear that in other parts, there are going to be some stands that have time and space dimension related abilities. So yeah, why not? A stand that can go back in time. Not sure if it's going to be in part 4, but it might be like part 5 or 6 or something. I don't know. Although, what I did like about the portrayal of the stranger is that he didn't have a voice. Whenever he talks, we only just see text. No voice whatsoever, which was surprising, but this actually added more of the mystery, which I did appreciate. So I thought this was very well done. I still wish we know who it is, but I guess we'll never know. With the animation and artwork, I noticed that it was a step up from last week's. The majority of the scenes were executed very well with the animation, especially with the flashback, the Crazy Diamond beatdown, everything about it, even the transitions and how everything was animated with the designs. So I gotta give kudos to David's production for that. I really liked the animation used when we got a demonstration on Rohan's manga drawing skills. I mean, he drew a panel without using any pencil, just ink, within 2 minutes. I mean, I know this guy is talented, but wow, he is very talented. He's very good as a manga artist. So I do credit him for that, despite him being creepy in this arc, you know? But I'll definitely like him when he appears more. I mean, I like his stand, so I'm hoping that I'll like Rohan more when he actually appears as an ally. Music, once again, was spot on, and the voice acting was very good. I gotta give kudos to Takahiro Sakurai for voicing Rohan, especially when he was doing the hair insults and his screams of despair and pain. It was very satisfying. So yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this week's episode. I actually enjoyed this much more than last week's. I was surprised that we went from a Koichi-centric episode to a Josuke-centric episode, but this was a very good one, you know? I really hope this is the last time Koichi encounters a creepy stand user because this has gotta stop. I mean, this guy cannot catch a break. He keeps encountering creepy stand users, and this is the 4th one that happened in this arc. If there's gonna be another one, then Koichi needs to be supervised, like seriously. So, tell me guys, what did you think of this week's episode of Diamond is Unbreakable? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What did you think of Rohan's defeat? I mean, did you thought it was an ass pull, or did you thought it was awesome and hilarious? And also, what did you think of the flashback? And any ideas as to who this mysterious pompadour stranger is? Because I highly doubt we'll ever know who it is. So I'm guessing this is going to be one of the things in Jojo that we'll never know or never be brought up ever again, I guess. Anyway, if you have any thoughts about the episode, let me know in the comment section down below. Like the video if you like it, and subscribe to more videos, and be sure to check out my Facebook fan page and Google+. So yeah, that is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Diamond is Unbreakable episode 15. And I know there was a new opening, Chased by Bata, but there's going to be a separate video about that, which I'll do later on this week, so stay tuned for that. Until then, I'm going to spawn 27, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.